Welcome to what will hopefully be a successful rendezvous and docking mission. I did record sending the new KSS-3 into orbit. Sadly, I messed up with my microphone and lots of technical issues, so didn't capture that well. Well, as you can see, this is the new KSS, and I have this is not vanilla parts, I have this extra little module or pod. I'm gonna EVA one of my Kerbinouts in there. Let's go R, F, grab, and board. As you can see now, we have two of our Kerbinouts in here and one in here. And let's hope this does not rotate like crazy as soon as you release the SAS. That was the reason I had to redo a whole rendezvous mission, because the Kerbal Space Station 2 just started to spin. I have no idea why this would start to spin in outer space. This does too, though not as alarmingly fast as previous one. This is what it should look like, unless the spin is somehow caused by it might be an illusion of the rotation of around Kerbin, but I think it's actually spinning a little bit as well, although not so much. Anyway, I have my Docker 2 ready to launch on the platform of the Kerbal Space Station. Here it is. It uses the grappler design, lots and lots of legs, 8 of them, which hopefully will provide enough stability to resist the torque of the two spacecraft twisting against each other in space. So let's launch. I have like the solid boosters here that will hopefully take this. Well, it will take it up to 2,000 meters, and then we'll go with the liquid fuel for the rest of the flight. This will be quite a lengthy mission, so I will pause between the. Well, I was about to say between the boring parts, but what I meant was between the less boring parts and the really boring parts. Anyway, I'm gonna try to explain what I've done and why I did it. Well, this one, as you can see, I parked this in a circular parking orbit around 266 meters, 1,000 meters, and I parked it at that orbit or altitude because I want to be able to warp really fast. I want to be above 240,000 meters, so I can warp, 500 or 10 or 1,000 times faster in real time, which will really help when we're doing the rendezvous process. Anyway, let's start with the gravity turn. Gonna go like there. Yes, that will be great. Keep the inclination 90. That's fine. Right now these two outer tanks and engines are feeding into the main stage, which will have all this fuel left when these two burn out and we jettison them, which we will do shortly. Like there. And we're just gonna let this accelerate. And when we are above 40, let's say, we are just going to aim straight for the horizon to raise our apoapsis and our orbit as much as possible, and perhaps even generate a periapsis in the process of raising our apoapsis, which would be nice. Anyway, I'm going to try to dump this stage before we gain a circular orbit, just to be able to minimize the amount of space debris. Let's see. Okay. About 100 kilometers left to go. And there we are. No, almost. Okay, this is using the fuel bug, I guess. 166,891. Around there. I want it to be slightly smaller, I think. We'll see. Yes, we are above the horizon, or above the atmosphere, I mean, so we can warp. Oh, look at that. We're getting in pretty close. Let's see how much fuel we have left. Okay, we have plenty of fuel left. Let's just aim this at the, oops, yes, at the horizon. For a moment I thought we were doing a braking maneuver and that we have to aim it retrograde, but this is prograde. This is what we want. And now we're gonna dump this stage and just continue with the small engine. Let's see. Yes. I'm gonna aim this high above the horizon. Oops, at 90, nothing else. Let's turn on the precision controls. This way we lower this a bit and raise this. I want to get into roughly the same orbit as the KSS-3, and then we can adjust from there. Good, that's rising again. And it's now at 6.8, which is a bit high. So let's just warp towards our periapsis and lower it a bit. This is at 6.7. Around there should be fine. And let's continue to our periapsis or apoapsis to raise our periapsis slightly again. That's at 240. Want it be 266. Two 6.7, 6.2, 6.6, 6.7. This takes a little while of rounding out the orbit, so I'm gonna spare you the agony of watching it and hearing my voice during the time. Okay, now we are in a fairly circular orbit. Um, Not exactly 6742, 156. So it's a slightly larger orbit than the KSS-2, which is good because we want the larger orbit actually to catch us up with the smaller orbits. Now we want to align them, and I think they cross right here. So I'm gonna warp here. Oops. Just around here, I think. Oh, no, I missed it. They are quite far from each other, or disaligned, or whatever you call it. Okay, it should be right here somewhere. Still above here. Okay, here, there it is. And I want to actually burn straight north to align them. And here we go, I think. Let's just look at it further away. Maybe I got it. Maybe I pushed it a bit too far. Alignment is actually what worries me most. There, I think I got them pretty much aligned there. I think so. Well, we'll see that later when the KSS start to catch up with us. So, without further ado, let's start warping until we see the KSS on the sky. This might take a while though, and you might get nauseous if you have to watch it all. So, see you later when we are within queuing distance, when you can see the visual cue. Okay, now we are definitely in visual distance. As you can see here, 97.7 kilometers away. These are KSS-2, so let's see how fast it closes. It's like 10th of a kilometer per orbit or something. So this is gonna take quite a while. Well, like I said, I don't want to mess with the orbit too much, so you just have to bear with this, or you don't have to bear with this. Okay, now we are within 30 kilometers from the other ship, from the mother vessel, so to speak, and I think I'm gonna try to start to align our orbits more precisely. So to do that, I'm gonna check, gonna go to the KSS-1 or 3, KSS-3, simple space station. I'm gonna check, let's see, 267, and I'm gonna kind of, warp till I get to somewhere close to my periapsis. Like, this again, they are too close. Let's just see, 266, 915, is it 915, 815, 266, 815? That's 267, okay. few hundred meters in difference. I don't think it's ideal, but let's see. 2667, 266, 267, 267-ish. I'm gonna align this so I have the same apoapsis and periapsis. Right now I have 2667, 267. Okay, this is a little bit too high and this is a little bit too low. I'm gonna warp until I get there. Let's see, this was a bit too low, that was a bit too high. Let's point this retrograde and just do a tiny RCS correction. This still hasn't... Okay, that's from the space station. Failed. RSS on. And let's watch this closely. Okay, I want to turn on precision controls. Then... Yes. 267. Like that. RCS off. We're going to raise here. And try to raise, oops, this slightly. Which is nice because we are almost aligned with the RCS on and thrust ever so slightly. Okay, I'm happy with that, I think. Now it's just more dizzying speed to watch and hope this doesn't go further away. 23, 22.7, 22.6. Yes, we are closing about 100 meters per every orbit or so, which is what I'm aiming for. So see you when we are close to visual distance, or within visual distance. Okay, I screwed up pretty badly, and thankfully you didn't have to see that. The Kerbal Space managed to somehow give gas and raise my orbits high above, and thus this Kerbal Space Station passed us quickly. I have corrected my orbit though, somewhat. As you can see, the swaying from side to side is because of the inclination. The difference in inclination between our orbits. That is something that I should try to address. But we are now on the correct path. We are closing the distance. Like I have said before, finding the place of when these cross, right now it's my orbit is slightly under. So let's just see if we can find where they cross. Yeah, the sun there is definitely helping a lot. Sarcasm, sarcasm. Okay, this I was under before. There, and I am above here. So I want to point this due north and just burn ever so slightly north. Like under there. Wait. No, that's backwards. I want to burn south. Because we are trying to like that. And let's try to find a good angle. Okay, there. That's better. Let's see if we are still under here. Maybe slightly, like that. Okay, now let's see if that swaying has improved. Yes, it has. Still sways a little bit, but I think that's swaying I can live with. It will be more obvious when we get closer though. 16.9, yes, we are still closing. We are now up to 6 days and 21 hours in space, in orbit. Bob Kerbin, one of the best pilots of the Kerbal Space Program, is still looking scared as hell. Wonder why. He's only about to do like the most dangerous thing to do in space, except land at a planet. But he has landed at both moons around the Kerbin, in the Kerbin, around the Kerbin planet Kerbin. So he should be fine. This should be a picnic. There is of course the question that no one has ever done this and succeeded. He might have some kind of anxiety over his performance. As you can see, the distance goes up and down, but it goes mostly down, or the sum of it is going down slowly. That means, I think it's just that our orbits are not perfectly circular, and they are not perfectly matched, apoapsis to apoapsis and periapsis to periapsis. Oh well, we are soon within the visual distance, visual range, so I'll follow up then. Here we are, you can see 5 kilometers to the KSS-3. Although not quite yet in visual distance, I think. Nope, not quite yet. That kicks. Okay, no, still not yet. I think that kicks in around 2 or 2.5 kilometers, something like that. Just checking. Soon we should see that tiny speck of dust. That is the docking vessel. Closing up to 10 days in orbit, or passing 10 days in orbit, which is fine because Bob has a huge bladder. That's his main qualification for being a Kerbinaut in the Kerbal Space Program. He once drank 15 pints, didn't go to the loo for 10 days almost, yeah. Now he hasn't had anything to drink. Okay, there we have it. There it is. In the distance. Let's just try to watch it get closer. As you can see, it's zooming in and out right now. Okay, that's the cue to recharge my headphones. Like that. And hopefully no other mishaps. Okay, we are down under 2 kilometers. Now it's the time to check our orbits extra carefully. We have Docker 2 at, well, it's a few hundred meters difference. We should probably raise our orbits slightly. Well, let's do that when we get to the That's our periapsis. Let's check the difference here. Well, they are pretty close here. That's definitely close enough right there. So let's check the apoapsis. Well, they are damn close. I wonder why they differ so much in orbits when we watch it this way. Could be the inclination though. I should check that one as well. Looking slightly above here. Just zoom into max. Slightly above. And there they are parallel. And here it's slightly below, so let's try to adjust that. Slightly below there, we're going to raise it just a fraction of an inch or so. Let's do that with the RCS. Precision control is on. Let's boost a tiny bit. See if that makes a difference in sway. Okay, RCS off. Okay, we are within spitting distance almost. Let's see. Did that make it? I think it made a slight improvement. And now we are raising. Well, maybe 2 meters per second or something. This is pretty much final approach. Let's get within 200 meters or so. Okay, there we are. Let's get the ground as a... Okay, guess we're just going prograde pretty much to... Should be our visual cue. So let's do that. As you can see, the swaying is much more... Uh-oh, did we just pass it? Oh no, we just passed it. Like I said, this is spitting distance. We should just be able to turn this bird around and fly there. Let's just check so that the camera works. Yes, it's nice. Here we are. RCS on. Final approach. Now this is first person flight sim controls pretty much, which is nice. Coming up to greet us. Let's switch to the other ship and turn it prograde, because they are coming in from that direction. This is it. And quickly let's switch this one and RCS on, that on, and boost, oops, wrong direction, and let's Now this is beautiful. And down to the right, down, 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 down. To the right, to the left, down, down. Nope, wrong direction. Oops, how did that go? Oh, look at that. No, it broke off. See, we caught it, but our own ship couldn't handle it. And now we have no RCS. Oh well. Please squad implement docking soon. That could have been legendary, but as you can see, it only destroyed my own ship. Well, gonna take Bob out for a look though. He's gonna go and visit them. RCS on. Hello. Do a flyby. Wave. I wonder if I can use struts to make it more stable. This one. Because let's check it out. Okay, let's just switch to this and turn RCS on so we can stop the rotation. And switch to curb to this dude here. Where are they? There they are. Moving away fast. Or so it would seem. Now it's rotating again. I guess it could be some clipping. Oh well. Oops. No, it's fine. Just 200 meters away. It's nothing in space. Let's go back to our ship and go back to Kerbin. I do hope the parachutes didn't fail or rip off. In that case, this little man is screwed. No, they look fine. Oops. It's hard to gauge distances in space. That's where we want to go. Grab on, board, turn this bird around. Oops, right, forgot we have no SAS. No SAS at all. And wave goodbye to the KSS, which now has a pod permanently stuck to its nose. Nothing to do about that. There they go. Well, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this yet another fail. Though not to lack of being able to dock. And not a lack of legs holding things, but a lack of structural, well, lack of structure. So, just gonna let him waste all the fuel. Now, let's just kill the throttle, eject everything, and he will gently drift down on his own. So let's say goodbye for now. Good night.